So anyone have any question? I am going to start to continue where we left off from. So I am assuming now everyone is on this level here. So everyone is on this level here, and we are going to move on from here now. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside just for now. The next thing we're going to do is to do our pockets. Okay, so I am just going to grab my pockets here. Okay, so let's get started. So this is where we are at the zipper gusset, and we put in our zipper. So we have our lining. So this is our lining piece, even though it looks the same. We had our gusset in, and then we had our zipper in, right? So that's where we are. So I'm going to rest this aside only for now. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take my straps, and I'm going to take my pockets. So I'm going to rest all the others aside for now. Okay. I'm going to rest the others aside for now. I'll take my straps, my pockets. Your pocket's supposed to be cut for fold. Let me just pull the pockets here. Yep. So your pocket. So this line, for those who know very well in sewing, this is supposed to be on a fold. So once it cuts itself here. Okay. So Guinevere is coming on. All right. So it's here. So of course, once we have it on a fold here, right, when we cut, it's going to be in one long piece. Okay. So this is in a fold. For those who are trying to attempt to cut the pocket for the first time. So once you put the fabric on a fold, you cut it up, it will be one long piece, okay? So it's two we have here. Okay, so now I am going to take my piece of cloth here. So I will be ironing as I go along, okay? And I'm going to be checking both my screen to see if anyone make a comment or if anyone have anything to say. That would be great. But if, as everyone come on board, just kindly mute, that would be wonderful. So the first thing I'm going to do here is prepare my strap. So I have my pockets. My pockets will be doing it next. But I'm going to prepare my strap first. So I'm going to bring the camera lower down here, guys. If you could watch along and walk along with me, that would be great. If not, again, I will be recording. So I may go faster than you, that's okay, because I want the recording to go. And once it's complete, then you would get the recording after, okay? All right, so this is how I do this. So several different ways we could do the straps, but this is one way I show it. It's a little bit, this is one way I show it. What I'm gonna do here, guys, I'm gonna mark 1/2 inch down here, and 1/2 inch down on the other side. So let me just do that so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to take my my tape measurement and mark 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch down. So I'm just, she's supposed to have a better pencil here. So 1/2 inch down, all the way down, 1/2 inch down, all the way. Okay. So let me show you. So I just mark 1/2 inch down on this side. Right, 1/2 inch down on this side, all the way here, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, I'm doing everything raw, so I didn't pre-do anything to make sure that you have the time to understand it everywhere, step by step. So go 1/2 inch down, 1/2 inch down, 1/2 inch down, 1/2 inch down, and 1/2 inch down. Okay. All right, so with this 1/2 inch down now, try to sit nicely here. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to fold this 1/2 inch down. So you see, I make 1/2 inch down on all the sides here. Now I'm going to fold it down. So I'm going to fold the 1/2 inch down here. So you see, I'm folding the 1/2 inch down here. Folding the 1/2 inch down there. So all the way down, and I'm going to iron just the 1/2 inch. That's all. So I'm folding the 1/2 inch down and I'm ironing it all the way down. Only the 1/2 inch. I'm folding the 1/2 inch down and I'm ironing it all the way down. Okay, let me just take that light off and see something. Okay. It's a little bit dark. So I have finished all the way down. Just make sure your iron is nice and hot. Okay, so you do it for both of them, okay? For this one and the other piece as well. So I am gonna, so you see what I did? You're just gonna iron it down. You just, because you pretty much want to make sure you have that fold there, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. Just make sure you iron it down, and then we're gonna do the same thing for the other side. So I'm gonna do the same thing for the other side here. Because of my interface is very thick. It's very, very, very thick because of the interfacing. Okay. So I'm ironing this down. And I'm ironing this down. Okay. All right. So now that I iron it down, guys, okay, and we have that fold, I'm going to take this fold here and bring it over this fold. Okay, so I'm going to come closer. So I'm taking this fold and I'm bringing it over this fold here, okay, and I'm going to pin it down. Again, I'm just going to do it for this side. I'll take this fold all the way down, right, and I bring it over this side, okay, and then I am going to pin it down. My pin always disappears on me sometimes, so I'm going to pin it down. So you just pin that 1/2 inch, and if it's depends on your fabric. So depends on your fabric. This will be very, very thick. Okay, so I'm folding this down. So if everyone could be on mute for now, that would be great. So again, I'm just folding this down as I iron, and then I'll bring this 1/2 inch on this 1/2 inch here, and then I'm going to pin it down. Okay. So you see, I pinned this one down. So you just put a couple pin, right? Okay. All right. So does that make sense, everyone? Someone just let me know if that makes sense.
Yes, Jalise. Yes.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. So you can go ahead and do that now. So we'll do that for this one and the other one. So as I explained, this one is the same thing I'll be doing on the other one. You guys could go ahead and do it. Just do as best as you can. Again, I might be going a little bit faster. That's okay. But I want to make sure that everyone get that part very, very well. And again, for those who want to take part in the event, you would have to get a sewing pattern if you don't have a sewing pattern. And we will send out the video to you after this live, so you could finish your project. And also, guys, I forgot to say, so for Anne-Marie and Linda, I'm not sure if you're in my Facebook group. If you are, great. I would like everyone to post their project. That's what I used to do actually when I have everyone to sew, so you encourage everyone. So everyone would post their project, and we're gonna talk about that after. You can post it in the tote bag making group, the small group and the big group, because I know I have a lot of groups, so just the tote bag group, it would be just fine. All right, so I've finished one here. Just go ahead and pin it down nicely, and it will be very, very thick. I'm on the live, please. Thank you. So I'm going to do the other one. So this one I'm going to do a little bit faster. So now, where is my pencil? My pencil fall. Okay. So again, it's the same thing I'm doing here. So it's not about how fast or how fast you sew. It's just to make sure you understand the concept. I did an event Saturday. Time flies, oh my goodness. So last Saturday, I had an event. By God's grace, we had it in a library. And then there was this wonderful lady that finished, well, everyone actually had left, and she was, because we was almost to the end, and I said, okay, I would have to help you finish, but she ended up doing everything herself. And she's like, so I'm so sorry that I take so long. But I said, you know what? You did run it through to the end, and that's the most important. She was so proud that she made her wallet, because everyone had to make a fabric wallet, and everyone was beginners. So there was no one who actually was advanced. Everyone that came to the event, it was a 1.5 hour event I had to deliver to help beginners to know how to thread the machine, run the bobbin, and learn to sew a fabric wallet in an hour and a half. But it was successful at the very end. And my point is, it's not about how fast or how efficient. Is make sure that you get the concept, you understand it well, and you go smoothly. So for those who are watching me, for those who might be watching the replay, or even watching the live, and don't know who we are located in Toronto. We are located in Brampton right now, actually. It used to be Toronto, so a lot of people from Toronto still calling me. We teach sewing classes. We are planning to go advanced in our sewing classes very soon, because we do beginner right now, and I'm getting a lot of people calling me for advanced classes, which is fantastic. So, and we are looking to come back online fully again. So we'll see how it goes. But for everyone who's here with me, I'm grateful that you are here with me today. All right, so my fabric is very, very thick. So I'll be having to hold it down as I sew. So if you finish this, guys, you could go ahead and start to sew it down. But again, I have to show you how to sew it down. So if you finish, that's fine. Just wait for the next step. We're just going to be pinning this down very nicely. All right. Very, very nicely here. All right. If you say, you know what, Julie, I'm in a hurry, but I want to sew this, I'm not the sewing instructor for you, because I like to take my time to make sure it's done right. All right, so we have these two done. Fantastic. The next thing we're going to do here is with our pockets. So look very well. Okay, so with the pockets now, we have, this is our pocket. Now, both of my fabric looks the same. So I will just say here, if this is the right side, meaning the outside and not the inside, the right side of your fabric, I want you to touch right sides, touching right sides. And then we're going to pin this down, okay? So we're going to pin it down nicely. Pin it down this way. We just put 2 pins here. All right, so we're pinning it down right here. Okay, and then we're going to leave an opening here. Okay, so we're going to leave an opening. So I would say leave at least 2.5 inches opening. So let's measure 2.5 inches. Maybe 3 inches actually. 3 inches opening. You can go 2 inches as well. 2.5 inches as well. But we're going to leave an opening. So between here and here, we would not sew. Okay. We would only sew from here to here and do back stitch here, finish here, back stitch, then jump start here, back stitch, and finish up here, back stitch. Okay, so we're going to go on the 2 pockets. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to make the 2 pockets, and I think we're fine. So do the same thing for this pocket as well. Pin it down nicely, just as how you pin this, and leave the 2 inches opening as well. Okay, so let me put my machine on, and then we will start. Would you put on the light for me, please? Put the light on. Take up the lights here.
Which light do you want?
This one, please. All the lights. And I'm on live already, so it's just that this light is too grayish in my face. That's why. Okay. So I'm just setting my machine up here. Before I go to the next step, I'll come on board to ask everyone if everything was clear.
Nothing.
If anyone have any question, you could go ahead and ask your question. Remember, guys, I'm on a live. Just letting you guys know. I'm just threading my machine here. The thing came out. Okay, fantastic. Okay. So first, what are we gonna sew? We are gonna sew our strap first, okay? So that's the first thing we're gonna sew right now. Is our straps. So we are going to be sewing it down. So let me just come up here. All right, so we are going to be sewing it down. So how are we going to sew it down? The edge of this here going to be on the edge of the presser foot. So the edge of the fabric going to be on the edge of the presser foot. That's how we're going to be sewing it down. Okay. And then we're going to have our pin cushion to remove our pin cushion as we sew. So after, okay. I have to end this one for me. Okay. All right. So now I want to bring this down. So I'm going to bring this down here. Okay, I'm going to bring this down here. And then we are going to sew. So we're sewing the edge here. Okay, let me get my. All right. So we're going to sew this side down first. Just take your time. Just take your time to sew. That's all. We are sewing just this side down. Okay, when you reach your pin, you take out your pin as you sew. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna come to the end. And of course, you wouldn't believe what happened to me. The thread finished and I was sewing away. Okay, so I'm gonna just run the bobbin here. I'm gonna run the bobbin. The thread had finished on me. And you know, one of my students asked me, how do I know when the thread finished? And I said, that's a great question. Just had to look to see when the bobbin is finishing, but sometimes your sewing is going so good that you can't even bother look at when the bobbin is finished. So there you go for me. Anyway, let me just wind the bobbin briefly and we will get started. All right, so I'm gonna wind the bobbin here. And we are going here. There you go. Fantastic. All right, so now we're done. We're gonna get back in business now. So let me put this back down here. So all what I did, I have to do it again. So again, that's give you enough time to, if you already have everything set up, just continue pinning. Probably you might finish before I finish here, which is a fantastic thing. And then we'll go on to the next step. I'm just threading the middle again. All right, good. All right, all set. And then let me continue where I left off. So I'll just continue sewing where I left off here. Okay. Okay, sorry. So I'll just do a back stitch for where I left off. I continue. Continue, continue, continue. Okay. Okay, beautiful. So once I finish one side, guys, I will do the exact same thing on the other side. So you see I finished this side here. Okay, so I'm just going to go and do another stitch exactly on the other side. And then we are done one strap. You can see it's right at the very edge here. Beautiful. So one is done. Let me just show you what I'm got here. So one is done. Just a matter of, so we see we have it on both sides. Okay, so we have the stitching on both sides. Very nicely done. Okay. Then I'm gonna do the other one. So just gonna go do the other one, and then we're gonna go do the pockets, and we're gonna move on itself. All right. So here. Take up my pins as I go along. Just make sure yours is very neat. Somehow mine move a little, which is fine, but just make sure yours is very neat and nice. And again, because it's thick, it might be a little hard to sew. If you have a machine, and again, for this one, you just want to make sure that you take your time. It depends on the machine, because you don't want your machine to break on you. That's if you have thick interface like me. Okay, almost to the end here, guys. Almost to the end. So immediately I'll do the same thing on the other side. So thank you for joining me. For anyone who's joining me on Instagram. Beautiful. Okay. So our two sides is all nicely tailoredly done on both sides. So it's just a trim. It's just a trim out now. So now I'm going to be sewing this side. So I'm going to do my 1/2 inch, come here. So start do a back stitch, come here and finish right here. And then I'm going to jump, come here. So again, 1/2 inch down on your machine. So I have to make sure I have my good 1/2 inch. Yep. Take out your pin as you sew. So this you would have to do pivot and turn. Okay, so you would leave your needle down, you would lift up, and then you would turn. So I'm just going to briefly explain. So this you want to have it a nice clear angle, a nice see if you can see it here. Yeah. So you see, when you come, make sure your needle is down at this point, and then you turn. So when you come this way, make sure your needle is down to get a nice, clean, clear intersection, and then you turn. Okay. So it's called pivot and turn. Okay. So we'll do the same thing for the other side, 1/2 inch. So take out your pin as you sew, and so we come to the end here. We're going to take out our pins. We're going to pivot again, and we're going to turn, come to the end, and we're going to sew. So just to show you exactly what I've done, and I'm going to do this on the other side as well. See, I start here. So I start here. I come down. I pivot and I turn here. You can't see because of the white. Maybe I'll turn it this way. Yep, I pivot and turn here. And I finish here, and then I skip. I start here now, so because you want to leave an opening, right? This had to be a hold here to put my finger on, so I could turn the pocket itself, okay? So make sure you understand this very well. Then we come this way, we start here, we pivot and turn, and we finish here, okay? So I'm doing the exact same thing on the other. So again, make sure it's right sides to right sides, your pockets. So pivot and turn. We're gonna skip. Pivot and turn. Done. Okay. All right. So let me put my machine down. We have to prepare a few things now. All right. So now you're just going to trim out all your extras for your straps. Any extra you have, you want to trim it out nicely. All right. And then for this now, make sure you can see me well. So for this here now, we are going to have to retread the machine actually. We're just going to trim here. So this pivot and turn area here, I'm going to nip it just at the very edge. Make sure you don't touch the thread. So I'm just nipping this part out right here. All right. And I'm not touching the thread. Just nipping it. So when I turn, it just have a nice clean turn here. Okay. So same thing for here. Take out all my, just trim out all my extra thread. So who we are in Brampton, like I said, Toronto, because that's where I started. We're in Brampton. We teach sewing classes in person at 85 Charlotte Boulevard only on a Monday. No other days for now. We are hoping to get another day. And someone else is on. Okay, so all right. So this is how it is. So now we're going to turn this now. We are going to turn this. Okay. So remember I said we have the opening, right? So everyone is aware of that one now. So we're going to turn this, use the opening, and everyone going to look how we're going to do. We're going to just knead the pocket out. Okay. Don't worry how it would look. Don't worry if it looks strange. I get it all the time. That's all good. You would see how it come out very nicely and very simple. I have no clue what I'm doing. Those who have a clue what I'm doing, they know exactly how it's going to turn out very nice and beautiful. All right. So I'm going to turn this nicely here. Okay. And I'm just going to, if you have a turner, I think Anne-Marie had told me about something. I had to buy that actually to poke everything out. You could just poke your corners out nicely. Okay. So poke everything out really nicely. And then we have this here. So we're going to iron this after. Okay. So let's turn the other one out as well. Then we're going to iron and then we move to the next step. Okay. So okay, give me a second. 1 second. Someone raise their hand. Hold on, my dear. I'm coming. So we're going to poke everything out nicely out. Although I would continue, so I'll pause just a little and answer anyone's question, just a minute or so. But I would continue the video. If you're not on my speed, like I mentioned, for anyone is okay. The video, I'm hoping that everything would record nicely for us today. So I could send it in an email out immediately once this session is over. Okay. So now we're going to poke everything out nicely. Poke everything out very nicely. And then I'm going to come to anyone's question. So if anyone wants to sew along with us, so this is the second day we're sewing. We wouldn't finish the bag today, but this would be the homework for everyone to complete. And you could get the sewing pattern directly from our website. If you are in our email, you should be able to get the link for the pattern there. Okay, so I'm going to come on live. So yes, so someone had raised their hand. So Judy, did you want to ask a question or any concern? Anyone wanted to have a question or concern? So thank you for joining me, Miss Hillary. Thank you very much for joining me today. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
That is nice.
Yeah, I wasn't able to join, but I'll get stuff and I'll do my stuff later and, of course, post.
I'm happy you're here. That's the goal. That's the most important thing. I'm happy to see Hillary. Hillary is always always welcome. Everyone is welcome, but Hillary is always welcome as well. There you go. Thanks for joining me, love. Okay, so now we're gonna be ironing this down. As you can see what I'm doing here, just iron the strap nicely down. Very nice and neat down. Okay, very nice and neat down. And most importantly, you want to iron your pockets. Okay. So remember, we turn the pocket nicely. As soon as you turn it, make sure you iron it. Don't skip that part because we need the next part to be very neat and nicely done. Okay, so next. Oh, another thing I wanted to announce for everyone who's living in and around Toronto, Brampton area. We would be doing, although it's not, I haven't sent out any link yet or anything yet. We will be doing an in-person event. So Hillary, is a good thing you're on here. So, and even Linda, maybe you might be able to come into that in-person event. Planning to do an in-person free event. It would be one day. It would be it's on a Monday only, unfortunately, because only on the Monday I have the opportunity to have the place. But it will be a full day event. So if you're not able to come in the morning, in the afternoon, then you can come in the evening. I'll send out more information. It's a full day event and I will need volunteers. So all my Toronto, Brampton, Mississauga students would exactly would be volunteers for that event. Huh?
Word, that sounds good.
Yes, we was planning for a long. Remember, I think I told you guys long time I want to do this.
I know. We're looking forward to that one.
Yeah. So finally, I want to get it started, and I will talk more for it as we go along. But it's going to be next month because I have to contact you guys. All my students in Toronto, Canada, for sure would be in the event. Of course, once you guys is available. All right, so let's move on, guys. So for those who, let me see if anyone have any question on here. For those who are watching me on Facebook, if you have any question, you could definitely leave your question here. I should be able to see your question under the comments. I'm pretty sure Facebook would allow me to see the comments. If not, I could always check after. Okay, so next, what are we doing next? Now, we are going to take one of our bag pieces here. Okay, so that's the, remember I said we had 4 pieces, right? We had 2 pieces for lining, and then we had 2 pieces for extra. So this is the one we're going to do now. We're going to take this piece now. And remember the bottom piece is here. It's nice and square. This is the top piece. Now we're going to place our pockets. Okay. So as we're going to place our pocket, okay, Sharon is coming in. All right, good. So now we're going to place our pocket. And for anyone who's joining me, and if you are in my email list, you should be able to get the link to join us on Google Meet tonight. All right, so let's put our pockets now. Okay. So this, just get the other piece, guy. Okay, the other piece that you didn't use, we're gonna get it, and now we're gonna place our pockets. So how are we gonna do our pockets now? So this is, you're not able to see this one. I'll put it here so you can see this one a little bit better. But actually, this one I'm putting on the outside. But let me just show you. Okay, so this is how we're gonna do it. This here, we're gonna put. There's no definite right or wrong way. Actually, the easy way to do it, guys. Let's do the easy way. Just bring this in half. So fold this nicely in half and just get a nice little crease here. So we get the middle. That's actually one of the easy ways to do it. Put it in half. We're gonna make sure this is half. Here, you could iron it too. We just want to make sure we get the middle crease. Now, once you get the middle crease, you could also put your pockets in half. So I'll use this one actually. Put your pocket in half to get the middle. Easy way to do it. You could iron it if you want just to get the middle. And wherever the middle fall, just put it in the middle here. Okay. All right. So just put it in the middle to get the middle to middle. And then you could put the pocket as high up as you want. So I'm going to go with it 5.5 inch up. Okay. So 5.5 inch up. So this is my pocket here. So 5.5 inch up from the bottom. It doesn't have to be 5.5 inch. You could make it 5 inches. You could even go higher up if you want. Okay, just a little higher up. But 5.5 inches, I think, is fairly okay for where the pocket should be. Okay, all right, good stuff. So once we do that, then we're gonna take our pin and we're gonna pin it. So I'm gonna pin it here. I'm just gonna put maybe 4 pins. Actually, you know what? I'll put 5 pins. So 1 pin, 1 pin, 2 pin, 1 pin in the middle here. And then I'm going to put 2 pins on this side here. Keep in mind, if I'm doing it, I don't have to do the pins. But again, I want to make sure that you understand what I'm doing. You see, I put a pin here and I put 1 pin here. And I'm going to show it so you can see exactly what I'm doing here today. Okay. So this is what I'm doing here. So you see, I have my pocket here. Okay. And then a good question you could ask, where do I put the opening? So the opening is on the side here. Okay. So just rest the opening on this, on any side. Once it could be this side or that side, doesn't really matter. Just don't put the opening in the bottom or in the top. Only on the sides your opening should be. Okay, so I pin here, I pin here, pin here, I pin here, and I pin here, and I pin 1 down. So now I'm gonna go and sew here. So I'm not gonna sew the top, okay? I'm gonna sew here, down, and then up. Done, okay? Because I need my pockets here. All right. So I'll do this one. I am going to do the other one as well. So this, which is the other one you're talking about? Well, this here. So this one is a little bit tricky. So I want everyone to watch very well. Okay. So for this one now. Okay. So for this one now, this is the other piece we sewed yesterday, right? Everyone familiar with this? Make sure that your zipper is open. So open your zipper. I'm doing it this way because I'm doing the live. So I want to make sure you understand. Open your zipper. Okay, right? And then you want to make sure you could see the pockets on the inside, because when you open the zipper, the pockets have to be seen on the inside of the bag, right? So now maybe we're going to put the pocket in here. There's a reason why I do that, because I don't want you to put the pockets out here. Then when you sew the bag, there's no inside pocket. The pocket is sewn in, okay? So we open the zipper, the pocket is going to be in here. So again, I'm going to close here. I'm going to close here. The pocket is not going to be here. I'm going to turn this. Right, so this is the inside of my bag. My pocket's gonna be here. Okay. All right. So this is the wrong side of the zipper. Remember when I turned the zipper was the inside. And I'm looking inside for my pocket. So we're gonna put the pockets in here. Okay. So that's what we're gonna put the other pocket. And again, you could just average for this one. You don't have to do if you don't have to do a fold, you could just average the pockets. Usually that's what I teach as well. You could be average the pocket, put it where you think the middle is, and then we're going to average it on the side. So I'm going to have, let me see, 8 inches on this side and 8 inches on this side. So put it up 5.5 inches again. You can go 5.5 inches on the bottom. Okay. So once you rest it here, then you could just average to make sure it's even on both sides. So this side is about before 8, just before 8 inches here, right? From this side. Okay. And then from that side again. So I'll just bring that a bit this way, should it? So let's make sure it's average. So I would say 7.5 inches on this side, right? Okay, just make sure you come a little bit. So some is 7 on some on this side, 7 on some on this side. Again, this doesn't have to be accurate, guys. Okay, I'm just doing this. Usually, I will just put it down. I'll just make sure it's at this average on the. This is not. Don't stress over this too much. The goal is to make sure that you know where exactly you put the pocket. 5.5 inch up. Just make sure it's about in the middle, and then you're fine. This part is nothing to stress about. The goal here is to make sure that when you open the pocket, you can see the pocket on the inside and you don't sew the pockets on the outside. So I'm going to pin and I'm going to explain what I just did one more time. And then we're going to sew this down. Okay. All right. We're going to sew this down. Okay. So again, let me do a demonstration. So this is my outside here. This is my pocket. This is my zipper for my bag. I'm going to open my zipper. Then I'm gonna look inside of my bag here, and then my pockets is inside my bag. This is very, very important, okay? All right. So now I'm ready to sew. So I'm gonna put my zipper, my sewing machine back up, and we are gonna sew our pocket in nicely done. So the second session is almost done. You won't get too much homework. Second session is almost done. So I'm gonna sew this first. Same thing as I showed you earlier. The top is gonna be my opening. I'm gonna sew this side, pivot and turn this side, pivot and turn this side, done. This is my opening, okay? So that's what we're gonna be doing right now. So let's get started. Okay. Make sure everything is all good. Perfect. All right, so be careful again where you make sure the zipper part is the top of your pocket. So you don't want to sew and all of a sudden you have an opening at the bottom of your pocket. You don't want that. And again, how I'm going to sew, the edge of my presser foot is going to be at the edge of my fabric here. So let me sew one and I'll show you. One and I would show you. Okay. So we are gonna go. Lights on. There we start. Pick up my pins as I sew. So just before the end, I stop, I pivot and turn. Okay, and now I pivot and turn. Okay. Okay, so let me just show you this part. And the other part is, again, so this is my zipper here. My zipper is inside. And this is my pocket here. I sew it this side, and this side. Okay? All right, good stuff. So now I'm going to sew the other side now. Again, make sure you know where is the top. Make sure the bottom square here is the bottom. So your pocket's opening going to be, of course, at the top, right? Not at the bottom. So this is where the top is. There's no square at the top. That's where your pocket opening. The bottom here is where you is going to be the bottom. We're going to seal the bottom here. So we are going to continue. Okay, my foot here. Okay. There you go. Lift up and turn. Lift up and turn. Beautiful. All right. So we have the pockets all done. Okay, so what do we do now? We trim. We don't need to iron anything right now. We trim any extras. Any extra we trim out here. If there's an extra pin that you miss, like myself, I'll take it out. And always try to have a pin cushion in a pin. You could make a pin cushion from sponge. Very easy. Okay, so now we are all set here. So we have our pockets. We have one side of our strap here done. one side of our pocket here on this side. That's the outside. So what do we do next? That's the question, right? So this is going to be the last step we're going to do today here. And then we're going to come on board and we're going to have everyone to chat a bit. And then we're going to wrap up until we meet again. Okay. All right. So this is what we're going to do now. We are going to prepare our strap. Okay. So we are going to be preparing our strap now. All right. So good. So for our strap now, this is how we're going to be doing it. You would have your piece open in front of you like this. Okay, nicely like this. Okay, all this extra here. And then you would measure 3.5 inches down from here and 3.5 inches down from here. Let me just make sure. Sometimes my measurement could go more or less. So 3.5. Hold on. Actually, no. So I take that back. So 5 inches. I'm just measuring this one here. So I'm going to make different bags. So I have different measurement. Okay, so 5 inches. So 5.5 inches. Okay. So we're going to measure 5.5 inches from here to here and 5.5 inches from here to here. So what am I talking about? So we are going to take our strap. Now, watch me very well. Okay. We'll take our strap. Make sure we turn it like this. So don't just take the strap and then just put it. Take your strap, straighten it, and turn it like this. This is how we're going to be doing our strap. And one strap, because this could be very tricky. Okay. For one strap, you could end up putting it like this because that's the norm, right? Our brain tells us, oh, that's how the strap going to be. So put it like that. I don't want it like that. I don't want it this way. So make sure your strap is this way. However, let's measure first. Okay. So we're going to come 5.5 inches this way. So 5.5 inches this way. I'm going to just put a pin here, actually. 5.5 inches on this side. 5.5 inches on this side. 5.5 inches on this side. Put a pin right here. Okay, just for measurement's sake, I put a pin. So 5.5 inches on. So at the end of your gusset here, okay, where the zipper is, that's what we're doing the 5.5 inches. So 5.5 inches on this side. And we're going to do 5.5 inches on this side. 5.5 inches on this side. Beautiful. Okay. So 5.5 inches. So we are doing our measurement here from the 5. You bring 5.5. So we're going to make our strap right here. So let me show you. So first, let me show you. So 5.5 inches from here to the gusset. In our measurement, and with our measurement tape, 5.5 inches. So 5.5 inches. Okay. You measure it from here to the end of here. And then from here to the end of here. We do the same thing on the other side. 5.5 inches from here to here. And of course, from here, the end here to here. Okay. All right. So that part is understood. Next, we are going to take our tape. So you're going to put it down just like this. So I'm actually put it where you could see. So I'll put it, and I want you to do it just like that. If you're not sure what you're doing, put it down in front of you like this. So make sure it's in front of you like this. Now, we're going to do this side, the one that is closer to me first. So not this one, this one is closer to you. The one that is closer to me, we're going to do it first. What we're going to do, we're going to take our strap. We're going to turn it away. Just going to bend it away. Make sure it's nice and straight, right? We don't want to twist it. Nice and straight. Turn it away from you. Then you're going to put it down right at the 5.5 inches like this. Okay? So I'm going to show you. Let me pin it first. Right at the edge. I'm gonna pin it first because your strap could easily twist. So that's why I said make sure you straighten it up. Okay. So when we put, we're gonna be like this. Okay. So this is how it is. So this is the one that it was closer to me. So what I'll do, I'll just turn it around now. Okay. So turn it around. Now where the straps is closer to you. So turn it around. Again, you just follow this concept. You cannot go wrong. Okay. So this one is closer to me now. What I want to, this is in the way that which is fine. I'm going to take this strap now. I'm going to turn it away from me. And then I'm going to put it down exactly at my 5.5 inches on this side. So this is the gusset by on my side now. I'm putting the 5.5 inches strap. So make sure it's nice and straight. And then I'm going to pull it up so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. All right. So this is what we have right now. We have this strap by me going this way, and this strap by you coming to me here. All right. So that's how it is. So it's almost like a bag already. It's almost like a bag already. So what we're going to do here right now, we are going to sew this part down. So we're just going to sew here to here. We'll do a couple stitches, right? So we're going to do 1, 2, 3 probably. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, we just want to make sure that it's nice and solid. Even though we're going to do something else, we almost done the bag, believe it or not. All right, but we are going to do this part, and then we are going to wrap for the evening. Okay, so let me put my sewing machine on. And then we're going to continue. All right. Okay. So now we're going to just show the strap. So we're going to just put it this way. And again, you're going to take your time and nicely sew it. So remember, it's right at the very edge, right? Just making sure. You see the straps is at the very edge of the gusset here. So you see, you don't really see any lap over too much. You don't really have to see any lap over because it's pinned. You see the pin here? So it's pinned right to the edge of the gusset here. So make sure you follow that very, very well. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put my, so I'm putting my thing right. So now it's very, very heavy. If you're using a heavy interfacing, it's very thick. So that's, you really want to take your time. Okay. Just take your time. Don't rough the machine because it might break the needle. I'm just going to reverse 1 time. And 2 times I think is perfectly fine. Okay. So I'll do this one now. Okay, take your time. And you're done. Okay. So 2 times is okay. We do a back stitch and we come forward. Then I do the other side. So for anyone who want to join the live, you should have the link in your email. If you want to follow along, I would send the video after. You should be able to watch the steps. Step 1, day 1, and this is day 2. And you should be able to follow along. You have to get the sewing pattern itself. Okay. Back. And I'm done. So last one. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right, so once we're done this part, we trim out. And we continue trimming out. And that's a wrap for this session today. We'll do the last session. By tomorrow, we should be able to finish. but this is even looking as a bag already. So I'm looking for the bag, like a bag already. Okay. So it's even looking at the bag already. So I'm hoping this step was clear enough, and I'm hoping the video come out nice and clear. So for those who are watching me for the first time, thank you so much for joining me. For those on Instagram, now when you put the strap back, it might look funny. Don't worry about it. Just make sure it's like this. Everything nice and clean. Everything nice and clean. Everything. Just make sure you take your time so you don't make any mistake. Watch the video a couple of times if you think this part might be confusing, because it could be confusing based on our human reasoning. We might think, okay, the strap not supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be like this, but we have to put it like this in order for it to be like this. Okay, guys? All right, so it's a wrap. I'm going to come on live. I see a few people is coming on here. Thank you so much. And so I'm so sorry I forgot you were. You came on and I didn't hail you out. Thank you for joining me, my dear. I appreciate you joining me today. I'm going to try to bring everyone on screen. Let's see how I can bring everyone on screen. So I have quite a few people on here with me, which is fantastic. I'm going to try to remove myself on pin and bring everybody back on board. So, any questions so far? So no, silence is, that means it's golden. Silence is golden, so that's a good thing.
I have no questions.
Thank you, Darlene. Thank you, thank you. Anyone else? So thank you, Rhonda, for joining me. Rhonda Kumar, thank you for joining me. Appreciate you joining me today. Linda, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right. You're doing all right. Okay, good. So I'm hoping I could get everything clear out once we finish. It probably will take some time to because it's about an hour recording now. So it will take some time to download, and then I could edit it and send it for everyone itself. So Lexmi, were you able to follow along nicely? Did you have a question though?
No.
Okay. I thought you had a question. All right, good. Fantastic. Miss Godevere, thanks for joining me, love. Thank you for joining me. I don't know if
You're welcome.
okay, good. So for those who has the project, if you want to post it I'll just let me see if I can share here if I have a group on, because I know there's lots of group going on. If you want to post it in the tote bag group or in the mini group, there's a mini group and then there's a big group. If you guys want to just post it, that would be great. Yeah, that would be great in general. I'm not seeing my my recording that clear on Facebook. I don't know what's wrong with that system, but anyway, I'm hoping that this one works. I'm using two systems today. All right, so I'm grateful for everyone joining me today. I'm hoping everyone is able to follow along, and because at the very end, I want to see your bag. That's the goal. I know there were some other people who bought the pattern from me, and I'm not seeing them here, but I'm hoping that they're able to follow along as well. And if you have any question, always message me, send me any question if you have any question. Yeah. All right. So I was saying earlier, for those who are in Toronto, Brampton, I'm hoping to have an event, and I would also have it live as well. I'll put it live as well. Like for as we have in the event, I'll just post up a couple of lives for the event. But the event is mainly in person. So for Godevere and for anyone else is in and around, you could join the event. I'm hoping to bring it on the 25th of the 25th of September. It is a Monday because it's only Mondays I have classes for now at the place where I run classes. So it would be on the 25th of September, by the grace of God. And it would be like a full event. We would have light refreshment and all that. How the event would run is that from all those who is my students who took my classes, sometimes I have morning classes. So for the morning class, I would have my morning students itself, or anyone who is in my student, who was my students in general, could take part and be a volunteer. In the event, you'll just come around and hang out. That's the thing. You could just come around and hang out. Let's say you could come around on that day. Like for instance, Godevere, you always wanted to meet me for something. You could always come around on that day. because it's gonna be a full. It will start 10:30. And I haven't put anything in planning yet. It's just talk I'm talking for now, but it's already set for that day. That's when me and my husband said we're gonna have the event, because it was something that I hadn't planned for the whole summer, and I never get a chance to even make anything. Even like this bag event, I wanted to have it the first time, then it paused a bit, and then now, so I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have the event today in general. So that event gonna be on the 25th, and I'm gonna let everyone know we're gonna talk on Zoom for those who want to take part. Those in Canada, could take part to volunteer, whatever. We will have like my previous events would have like button station where people could just sew on a button with needle and thread. Again, the next, there would be like a table where people could come and just try the machine. You don't have to show them how to thread the machine or on the bobbin, just to kind of get them excited about the sewing machine in general. And I'm thinking about other activity we would have for the event to make it a full 8-hour event. We'll have time to break through the event, have refreshment and so on. So I will connect with everyone in Canada just before for those who want to take part, be a volunteer. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, awesome. All right, guys. So if anyone have anything else to say, if you have anything else to say, and if not, then we will wrap it tonight. If you have any question, send me a question. If you have any comments, I'm hoping to come back. I always say that I'm hoping to come back more and more. You know, the more I do live, the more I get encouraged to come back live. So it's always a mindset. It's always a mindset. So I'm so grateful to have everyone on board with me today, and those who watching my live. There's someone who's with me here. Oh, Miss D, thank you so much. I think Donna is on Instagram. Oh, Lord. Donna, sorry, I didn't see you. Thank you for joining me, my dear, and everyone else who joined me on Instagram. I appreciate you joining me today. So make sure everyone do the homework, guys. So, again, I will try my best to send it right after. As soon as we say ta-ta, I will make sure that the video download and we could able to send it off. And hoping everyone do the homework. So tomorrow, once you finish all this, the last step is to connect the bag, and then you could walk away with your beautiful tailor bag. All right, guys? Sounds good?
Absolutely.
Yep,
Thank you.
good. Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. All right, guys. So I want to thank you guys so much again. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you even more than me. One of the goals for my existence is not just to teach you sewing, but to also let you know that Jesus Christ loves you. And he's waiting for you to know him personally as your personal Lord and Savior. Have yourself a wonderful night, guys. Ta-ta. Thank you so much for joining me. Amen. Amen and Mary. Amen.
Amen.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Okay, bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye, Linda. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Marie. Sharon, sorry, honey. I didn't realize you was on here with me tonight. Bye. Thank you for